It's the 8th of April and we're well into spring on this beautiful sunny spring day, and I thought I'd have a catch up and show you what I've been up to. So to start with, I've created this wildlife area, but I've added a lot more to it, as you can see. I've got a beautiful little wildlife pond that Steve helped dig the large hole for a whiskey barrel, and the plants I got yesterday, and they're just looking stunning. The yellow flat dish that I had has been buried slightly, and there's pebbles all over it to disguise it. I've brought a rose bush from home, and there's a really lovely little comfrey plant underneath with the most unusual colour flowers, which I'm delighted with. I've also planted comfrey on the border, and they seem to be doing okay. And I think these are alliums that are coming up in the wildflower bed. I've planted a little nasturtium in the corner over here, and then there's some carrot seedlings, multicoloured ones to try. I've got sweet peas over here, and kind of made a living teepee from the willow from the next door neighbour. I filled this bed for tomatoes already. The apple trees come back to life, looking so beautiful. I wonder if it's going to produce any apples this year. I have a little nasturtium just over there as well. And then this bed again will be, I think there's some spinach there now, but it'll be topped up with soil and more salad plants added. Can't believe these lettuce lasted all winter, but I'm going to have to transplant them because I've got sweet corn in growing. Going to have it in the future. Over here, managed to get some rhubarb from the swap shop here, and the little fig is coming to life. Another rhubarb from a neighbour, and then some more comfrey over there. The pear tree has some blossom. So lovely. Now pink raspberry bush is doing well. More rhubarb there in the corner. Got it all for free. And I have a lot of garlic growing up here there in that little waterproof tent. I also have some cabbage and purple sprouting broccoli in the middle. I've got some raspberry bushes, again free, from the swap shop here at the allotment. And as you can see, there's a lot been going on. My asparagus, I'm not quite sure if it's going to actually do anything. I might have planted it too early. I've got calendula, which I grew around this border, and I've also got shallots, onions. I love how they grow, so pretty. And then I have sweet peas growing up this teepee as well. And then I have rhubarb, sunflowers, celery, borage, more calendula over there, radish, cabbage, mint, beetroot, right collection in here. We have some Swiss chard making an appearance, and a little nasturtium in the corner. Strawberries in there, potatoes. These are the experimental supermarket potatoes growing in there. I've got a lot of mint varieties in this tub, and also two little sunflowers. I've had to buy a new grapevine because this one I think is dead. and there's lots of nice greenery coming along in there. I've moved the water vat to the side of the shed and also added some pallets on the top because I plan to grow some pumpkins and trail them over the top of the roof. I've got daffodils and some spring bulbs all around the social area, and I'm planning to add more of them. In this bed we've got borage, kale, calendula around the edge, sunflowers, and then here we got leeks, sunflower and radish, onions, calendula, sunflower, broad beans, wild marjoram, a few onions, celeriac, my first rhubarb that we got. And then if you come down here, I've started planting some peas around the teepee. They seem to be doing really well, and there's a few in there. All the soil that came out of the trench went into this mound. And you can see I've got some cardboard over there just to keep the compost moist, and I'm just doing an experiment with some courgettes in, and I've got the cardboard on top just to keep the soil moist. Red Duke of York early potatoes, doing well so far. I've got the raspberries mixed in with a few onions along the edges, and then I've got some carrots, but they keep going dry, so I'm not quite sure how many I'm going to get from here, but we'll see. I've then got some cabbage and broccoli in this bed, and it all seems to be doing good, and also some borage, I think it's borage, or yes, borage on the corner. Just been taking out the green manure clover here, it's kind of taken over, but we've got onions in here, a sweet pea, but I'm not quite sure if that's going to survive, and then some dwarf beans along this fence also. Beautiful spring evening. It's about 25 degrees today, so really enjoying the lovely weather. As you can, oh gosh, tripped over the watering can. I've done quite a bit to the archway and added a weaved willow to the door of the archway. This contraption on the top, hopefully when I get the wire to go over, like this type of wire, it'll be a little bit taller, because when the pumpkins hang through, it's going to be too low hanging. We won't be able to walk through. Another bed full of lots of different things, sweet peas. I've got a thornless blackberry there growing up, some onions, beetroot, broad beans, I've got rosemary and thyme, sunflowers, calendula, twisted hazel, and also some dwarf beans. Hopefully will grow up this little spindle. So as you can see, I'm planting a variety of things in each bed. Again, the shallot onions look so beautiful. Yeah, that small apple tree I bought is coming alive. There's garlic, cabbage, onions, sweet pea, purple sprouting broccoli, and also a few leeks over there. There's potatoes all along this edge, and then there's also some more rhubarb in the corner there that I got from a neighbour as well today. So it looked a bit dry, but hopefully it'll be okay. Coming along this side, we've got mint, ranunculus, more sweet peas, some lettuce, some shallots, some peas, This is my Victoria plum coming to life with one little flower on it. Better than nothing. I've got an apple tree little cutting over there that I'm going to plant out probably when it's a bit more established, but it came off one of the other apple trees. We've got some garlic over there. It's another look at my weaved fence making up the door to the polytunnel. We've got a sunflower over there, ranunculus, radish, garlic, some more peas, and then some rocket. Coming along here, we've got thornless blackberry, just come this side of the fence, some peas along the edge there. We've got a dwarf plum tree, and then on the bottom graft it looks like a different type of plum, I'm not sure. I've got another thornless blackberry here. I wasn't quite sure that the one behind this fence would actually grow. I have some more Swiss chard coming along here, and then Phacelia just to add some interest. Celery, thyme, broad beans, and calendula. I have my rose just there, and then I decided to try and add more security to the front by taking some apple tree branches that were cut down by the communal area and just adding them in to the back of this pallet, and then weaving some more willow between the branches, which I'll slowly add to in time.